touching reunion.
Final Fantasy VII is known as one of the most iconic role-playing games ever. It's been remade and released on the PlayStation 4 last year on the 10th of April. The remake is out now on PlayStation 4, but a PC release date still hasn't been officially confirmed. And some believe it will remain a PlayStation exclusive with no release on PC or any other console. Especially since Sony are running out of exclusive titles in light of the recent Bethesda acquisition made by Microsoft. A PlayStation 5 release of the game has been set with the release date of June the 10th of this year. But for many, the question remains, will I be able to play Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC? And if so, what is the release date? Hey, I'm Ginzo Gorilla, and this is Eat My Game Insurance. Let's take a look at Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PC.
Eat my shorts.
Alright, I'll eat your shorts.
Eat my
Step
shorts.
back when I bring the swing, like America's pastime, to unload the lyrical just like a black nine, making it funky like a feel.
So even though there has been no mention of a PC release date, officially it has been stated that it is a timed exclusive. If you buy the physical copy of the game, you can actually see this on the sticker. The game was originally an exclusive until March 2021, but that got extended to April. The reason for this was due to Square Enix delaying Final Fantasy VII Remake. This pushed its release back a month from its intended 3rd of March release date in 2020. This April will mark 1 year, 12 months, since Final Fantasy VII Remake was released on console. And to compare this with Final Fantasy XV, that was launched on consoles in November 2016, then came out later on PC in March 2018. That is about 16 months after the console release. Square Enix has said before that it has no plans for other platforms. But as you may have noticed from my last video, Disney's Kingdom Hearts has been released as a collection on the PC recently. And for the longest time, people thought that was a PlayStation exclusive. This is the PlayStation website, and this page specifically shows all the titles that are PlayStation exclusives. As you can see, under the F section, there is nothing for any Final Fantasy games. Recently, there has been a sale on Steam, and hopefully you've been able to take advantage of it. The Steam sale was based on Square Enix titles, and took place just before the release of Kingdom Hearts. Some believe that the sale was not only to make money, but to also drum up interest in Final Fantasy, so that by the time you purchase and complete one of them, the release of Final Fantasy VII Remake will be out on PC, just in time for you to buy. Oh! And what do we have here? Well, it's all the Final Fantasy games available on Steam. And a lot of them have been redone in sexy looking HD to bring them up to date. Now it seems odd that all of the games from the series are here, and that a lot of time and effort has been put into making sure they look their absolute best for the people to enjoy the entire franchise in one location. Only to then release the game that is arguably the most desired of the series in beautiful HD, and to keep what can fairly be described as a blocky looking 24-year-old game as a placeholder due to exclusivity on a single console. As the Final Fantasy VII version on Steam looks like a blocky mess, well, you know what would remedy that? There is a problem to this though, even if Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be released on the PC. And that is that recently new DLC has emerged that adds 2 new chapters revolving around Yuffie to the game that has been released as an exclusive on the PlayStation. This only adds to the strength of the argument that a PC release is imminent. But that will most likely be at the expense of the PC version not having that DLC available. At least not for now. And the chances are that the Yuffie DLC will also be a timed exclusive. So, to recap, The exclusivity of Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PlayStation is about to end in April on the 10th. Final Fantasy VII Remake is not on the PlayStation exclusives list on the PlayStation website. There's been recent Steam sales for Square Enix. All of the Final Fantasy games are available on Steam, and many have been remade and remastered. Final Fantasy VII Remake would be the only game from the Final Fantasy series missing on Steam. The Yuffie DLC has been released when the exclusivity deal is about to end. It seems that everything is coming together for Square Enix to make an announcement soon that Final Fantasy VII Remake will be released on the PC. Most likely, it will be out sometime in the next few months. But what do you guys think? Will Final Fantasy VII Remake be released on the PC anytime soon? Do you think it's only ever going to be on the PlayStation, like Metal Gear Solid 4 still is? If it comes out on the PC without the Yuffie DLC, are you going to be upset? And do you think the Yuffie DLC will be a permanent exclusive on the PlayStation? Leave a comment, as I'd like to know what you guys think on this. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, as it really helps out the channel. And feel free to give us a subscribe if you enjoyed the content. I've uploaded a video about the recent Kingdom Hearts PC release, so go take a look at that as well.
We should totally celebrate. Let's dress up and hit the town.
Really?
I mean, why not? It'll be fun.
Do you even have fancy clothes?
Not like fancy, but I'll figure something out. What do you think would suit me, huh?